Today we will get a chance to meet Zachary Davis. There is a heavy focus on our Mike linebackers in this episode because in order for us to get our favorite prospect Terrell Bloomberg to be interested in us again, we need our Mike linebackers to provide more than 5 tackles in the last 3 games. It used to be just a general position group, but it's more focused here in College Football 26 just in case you didn't know. We made a shuffle in the lineup and that will be benching senior guard Charlie Patterson. In the last few games, he has really struggled, giving up 3 sacks, so today we'll roll the dice with Donovan Funch. It's probably one of the most difficult starts to this franchise because we will be facing our second SEC team in the first 4 games to open up the season. Vanderbilt is next on the list and they are coming off a loss to South Carolina. This team will go as far as Diego Pavia takes them. So far this year, he's got 6 touchdowns and 1 interception. When he protects the ball, it's pretty much guaranteed they can run away with the game. So we'll need to speed up the clock for the senior quarterback. Speaking of quarterbacks, Ezekiel Lyles is our number 1 target at the position, and Vanderbilt is looking to get their hands on him as well. This game is going to hold tons of weight. It's a battle for the quarterback prospect, but Georgia State was able to steal a win a year ago. So possibly some bad blood being spilled here as we look to prove that we belong in this conference someday. Our defense will get to touch the field first, and Rickman will launch this deep. Game 4 is underway, and that is deep and down for a touchback. And here is our first look at Diego Pavia and this offense. Starting from the gun, it is kept by Pavia, but he meets Marlon Dean, who's off to a solid start. We talk so much about transfers. He is one that decided to come to Georgia State from Utah State, as Alexander will burst forward for 14 yards. I like that they have who's visiting for this game. We'll try to make a bad impression for that linebacker prospect, as the screen is caught, and chains will move again. Nice tackle by D.I.C. Hopkins, but this is the type of start Vanderbilt was hoping for. Last time we faced an SEC team, they were surgical against us. And the deep ball is caught and down at the 1. Bernard Causey gets burned and he is now taking the role of Deuce Walker, who we lost to a dislocated hip. That has to be better, as Vanderbilt will rush this in, untouched, Cedric Alexander. He is one of the better options on this offense, and that's 2 impactful plays on this drive alone. Our starting back is Rashad Amos. Belair will start with a fake, airing it out to Hurst, and he scales the ladder for the catch. Tough couple of games for Belair, and that will calm the nerves down when you have a receiver that can elevate like this. What a grab. Branson Robinson now checks in. Inside handoff to Robinson, and he finds space to work with, and Robinson will gain 14. He's threatened to transfer if our run game doesn't improve, and he does himself a favor with that carry. As this is ripped and caught by McGee. That's 2 excellent throws by Christian Valaire. Spreading out the defense now. They'll throw. Deep shot to the end zone. And Hurst has hops, but it's a lot to ask him to catch it in the stands. They go conservative, and Amos just gets enough. Rashad Amos played against his former team Memphis in week 2, and we don't need to bring that game up again. And now a hold by the offense. It will be Will Larkins, the left tackle, with the infraction. Amos now in motion. Tosses to Robinson. Some space to work with, and he'll take them back to the red zone. Going empty again on this drive, needing 8 to convert. And Valaire is going to use his legs on a rare carry. Ugly slide, but it gets the job done, and this is one of the better drives of the season so far. Can they finish? Robinson makes it close. How about a fullback in this formation? It's Amos, colliding, and he's still short. Yeah, we're not kicking. Same formation as the last. It's Amos again, and this time he'll walk in, touchdown. Rashad Amos has back-to-back games with a score, and we seem to be a bit more juiced when we face higher competition. As Rickman ties it, and it looks like Matt Cook, our left guard, is experiencing some discomfort. He won't check back into this one, as Cedric Alexander will scurry his way for another nice run. So much focus on Pavia, we can't forget this 86 overall running back. Now it's the fullback, and that didn't work. Nice play by D.I.C. Hopkins, who always seems to be at the right place and time. Charlie Patterson will fill in for the injured Cook, and he'll throw a nice block on the screen, as Robinson is going to find Daylow out in the open field, and he'll jet his way into Vanderbilt territory. This is the type of impact Robinson has on the team. He can be utilized in so many different roles out of the backfield, and I don't even want to imagine what our offense will look like without him. As Murray will get a touch, and he doesn't take long to make his presence felt. Strong run for 13. I'm still dumbfounded at how much talent this running back room has, and yet so many of them may opt to leave. But that's for another day. Right now it's scoring on this drive. As Robinson makes a nice run after the catch, and how about our offense today? Hostile environment, and it's been calm, cool, and collected to push the ball downfield. And this drive is going to finish in the end zone. Touchdown, Austin McGee. For a moment, I thought that was Javon Robinson because of the build and the number 8 on their jerseys, but it's the redshirt freshman with his first of the season. Could this be our signature game? Nice throw by Pavia, but penalty marker is on the play. Not so fast. It's on Vandy. 2nd and 18, staying on the ground, and we couldn't have asked for a better time to stop Alexander. 3rd and 15, Georgia State sends pressure, and that pass is nearly going the other way. Hopkins almost had his second pick of the season, but we'll take over near the logo. And it's Amos, getting skinny, and he's gonna turn this into a new set of downs. What a run by Rashad Amos, who's been a fun watch. As Robinson receives the counter handoff, and that's 7 or 8 yards. Split backs, and all we need is an inch. Handoff to Robinson, and no, he doesn't get it. Might have even lost some. 50 yards seems a bit too ambitious to try. We'll call a timeout and go for it. Same formation. It's Amos this time, and he'll easily pick it up. 10 rushes for 29 yards. He's very boom or bust when he runs, but when it hits, they come in chunks. Marker on the field as the pass falls to the ground. But it's going to be on Donovan Funch, who slid to the left side after Cook's injury. Not a lot of plays you can go to in this situation. Nickel blitzing, corner shot to McGee, and it's batted away. So it turns out we will need to try this 50-yarder anyway. And Liam Rickman. Yep, that's why I didn't want to attempt the first time. Now Vandy with a chance to tie it before the half ends. Cedric Alexander stretching this. Good hit. He's got another 9. Going straight this time. And what a block shed by Sir Mells. Nicely done. It's been rare that we've stopped him so far. And here, we do it twice. It's Antonio Wesley. Why can't Terrell Bloomberg watch that and just be happy? Nice toss to the outside. It's DJ Rios. He'll duck out of bounds as we get this 2-minute drill up and running. This is check to Erickson. He'll get 9. Matthew Erickson's release for a tight end has been refreshing. Oh, nice grab there by McGee. They're inside the 40 and just a bit over a minute to go. Valaire swings this to Hurst, and good speed there as Valaire now crosses the 150 mark. I feel like we're reading this defense very well today. Hit on the throw, and that may have been better if McGee didn't catch that. But they'll save the final timeout. We're going to need a big play here. And they got it. What a throw by Christian Valaire. Clock still running. Underneath to Erickson, and he keeps his balance. Touchdown! Matthew Erickson is becoming a reliable option for this offense, and he will help us finish the first half with a 21-7 lead. This is by far the best starts we've had to a game, and this includes the one against FCS a week ago. Could you imagine how electric it would be if we can steal a win here on the road? Also, a good moment to ask you to please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and we'll see if we can build on this 2-score lead here in Nashville, Tennessee. It's Robinson for the second down run, and he's got 8. The game plan in the second half is to keep pushing the gas pedal. We gotta stick with what's worked so far. Nice job by Robinson. He's had some big catches in this one. Most of our first half was our effectiveness on the ground. Not that time. Unfortunately, it's going to be a loss of 3. We've been flourishing on third downs today. Hoping Amos can help us on the screen. And probably not the best decision by me after the catch. It's the third quarter and our first time seeing Damon White. I would say that's a pretty great day, as that is fair caught at the 32. Vandy will need to put a little bit more pep to their step. And that's a bullseye. Big gain for them on first down, and we may witness Diego Pavia's 99 awareness going forward. As he'll loft this, and that's deflected. Nice play by Causey. Bernard Causey was a transfer from LSU, so he knows a thing or two about this conference matchup. As Pavia is off, but there's laundry on the field, and this one will come back. Diego Pavia reading the defense on this 3rd and 12. Drops and fires, and oh, what a throw! Throwing it to his tight end Eli Stowers. And this is the best they've looked since the opening drive. They're gonna put the ball in his hands again, and Stowers will come away with it for 7. Maxey tried to keep up, but this tight end has 90 speed. Pavia will show off his speed, slides, no flags, and they are in business. Pistol formation in the belly of Alexander, and he's got 6 more. That's only his first touch in the second half. And here's number 2. Nice read by the defense. Damian Wilson with good awareness, and it's 3rd and 4. They'll spread out the defense. Pavia. Crossing route, caught, touchdown! Vanderbilt cuts this to a 1-score game, and it's Chance Fitzgerald, the redshirt junior. Tough play for D.I.C. Hopkins to make, especially when Justin Battle runs right into him. That's too easy. Georgia State needs a big response, and that's not gonna do it. Loss of 5. This stadium is starting to come back to life. The last thing we need with our lead is for the crowd to become a factor to give them comeback hopes. That means we need someone to rise up to the challenge. And the pass is broken up. Vanderbilt will now have a shot to tie this game. It's crazy how things are starting to take a turn in this quarter. And look at this return as our special teams gets caught sleeping, and that will be excellent field position for Pavia and this offense. And we nearly brought him down. It's 2nd down. Stowers lined up in the slot. It's an inside gift to Alexander. Nice tackle by Zachary Davis. There you go, Zach. We need more of those to help with our recruitment. And that is caught on the outside. Fabian Keefe was there to cover as he now takes on a bigger role. A quiet day for a corner is also a good day, as this is dumped off and will make it 3rd and 5. They'll spread the defense again. This time it's a screen, and good hit, but he'll fall forward. 1st down again. Derek Maxey did all he could, but just not enough strength there. As Pavia takes off again, takes a big hit, but he'll show off his toughness as he bounces back up for this play. Play fake. Ball is out quickly again, and he's just dissecting this defense to perfection in the second half. Pistol again. Alexander cuts it outside and pulls this inside the 5. It seems inevitable at this point. Alexander walks in, touchdown. Vanderbilt has erased what was once a 21-7 game and have climbed all the way back. And this kick to tie the game, it's money. I can't believe this has happened to us again. And Murray has a lane, and he nearly could have gone all the way. Tough break as he stays in the gun. Belair taking a deep drop, lofting this deep, and that's too much air for Robinson. No flag on the play. Which version of Christian Belair will we get? Connected with McGee, but he's shy. We're gonna take a risk here. Going with Amos, and he's got it. I feel really comfortable running with him on these short yardage situations. We'll go to him again. Not much. Oh man, now he's injured on the play. So Tawan Payton steps in, but it's Murray pulling this, and maybe a yard. Amos looks to be okay, but his day is done. Belair slings this with the penalty marker on the field, and good effort, but Charlie Patterson is caught holding. They opt to decline, and we need to try this field goal. Another 49-yard try, and Rickman nails it! Wow! 24-21. Pavia going for the deep ball, and that's broken up. Good recovery by Maxey. 3rd and 7 now. Trying to float this to his tight end. And what a play by Maxey to swat it away. Derek Maxey Jr. doesn't have the best speed, but you gotta appreciate how he recovers in these last 2 plays. Big stop by the defense, and Georgia State will have a chance to try and ice this game. They'll also get some good field position to start. Can they find a way to milk out the final 4.5 minutes? Payton will get it started with a couple. These are some valuable minutes we are placing onto the hands of the true freshman. Branson Robinson is out due to his pitch count, and obviously Rashad Amos' injury. He gave us 6. Can we get 4 more? It's a screen pass, and Javon Robinson's got it. That will also get Christian Miller up to 230 yards passing on the day. As Murray will tack on 2 more, and Vanderbilt will burn a timeout before the 2-minute mark. That's to our advantage. Payton up the gut. Only 3, and there's timeout number 2. A first down will secure a win here against the Commodores. Trying to get it through the air, and not enough time to get the throw off. Oh boy, Liam Rickman is 1 of 2 from this range today. This to make it a 6-point game. And it's short. No good. Those kicks are so tough to make as a college kicker. Another dot by Pavia. And once again, more mental mistakes by his offensive line. We'll take it as we hit the 2-minute mark. Dumped off to Stowers, and he'll be tackled out of bounds. Clock will freeze for a moment. This is a big play. Pavia tosses left, caught, and that's a big chunk of 11, so this 4th down is doable. Game on the line. They opt to run, and Newberry, the backup running back, will keep this game alive. Hurry up mode. I'm genuinely frightened at this moment. Check down, gain of 6, and the clock feels like it's taking forever to finish. Pavia. Oh no, he's taking off and sliding down as they are well inside field goal range. Now it's a question of whether or not they can win the game right here. Under a minute, and a strike. He is so zoned in the second half, and they'll save that final timeout. They go with Alexander, cuts and bounces, and Vanderbilt now calls that timeout. This drive does end with a field goal try. They've been perfect today, and they will stay that way as we will head into overtime. Georgia State has won the coin toss, and they elect to defend. Full house pistol to start. It's the fullback, adding himself to the Dean's list. It's Marlon Dean forcing the TFL. As Alexander gets crushed, and he'll get a few back. They go back to the pistol, and they run again. Great job by the defense. They are content with just a field goal attempt here. Brock Taylor is the reason we're here, and he will give the Commodores the lead in overtime. All Georgia State needs is a touchdown to walk it off. And that's not a good start. Bad block again by Patterson. We can't afford any mistakes at this point of the game. Crossing route, incomplete. And now we may have to consider kicking a field goal as well. Belair, launching it over the middle. He's got Hurst, and they nearly called game. What a throw. They just need 6 to go home with the win. It's Murray. That'll get them a bit closer. Belair now under center. He's gonna throw. Firing it to the end zone, and it's picked off. And Vanderbilt is going to win the game. No! How did we lose this game? How? We were up by 14 at the half. I needed to cool down, but it's safe to say I was pretty upset by the outcome of this one. We now fall to 1-3 on the season, and we were once again so close to a victory on the road against an SEC team. But if I'm honest, I'm just glad that this gauntlet of a schedule is now over with. 4 games in. And reflecting on it all, I truly believe this has been our strongest showing as a team yet. They just made one more play than we did, and that ultimately was the deciding factor of today's episode. This is part of the experience when you take over a rebuild in the first year. It's never gonna be what you expect, and often it will be ugly. I had to look back at that final play because we ran this 3 times today. The first one was a touchdown to McGee, and then a completion that was called back on a hold by Patterson. But this final play, Vanderbilt made a big time adjustment. They just sat the corner on this route, and we got baited. Just a tough end. And the episode is going to end on an even sour note. Teron Breeze has committed to Kendrick Cook's old stomping grounds in Troy. We just lost one of the prospects I really had my eye on, and we may be in danger of losing another. Quarterback Ezekiel Lyles just got a huge boost after the win by Vanderbilt. I don't want to take any risk here. Christian Valaire is gone after this season, and so we have to go all out to secure the quarterback position. We'll sim through our bye week, and we also lose out on Kadron Bajent. Man, this has been tough with recruiting as well. Terrell Bloomberg still has us locked out. We won't take him off the board, but we'll need some insurance. Darrell Douzable isn't as fast and has no gem, but we'll focus on him more if we don't land Bloomberg. The rest of the points were used to scout some of those guys on my board. I just wish we found more speed, especially at the corner position. Evan Mechie looks to be pretty good as a 3-star edge. He's also ready for a visit, so he'll come into town for Week 9 against South Alabama. Cam Bettis, corner who's 5'11", but hey, he's got 91 speed. I'm in on Cam Bettis. That's all I need to know. One of the guys I do want to focus on is 2-star tight end Al Tobias. We don't know if he's any good, and he currently has us locked out. And that's because our tight ends are not getting enough receptions. So we'll fix that and hope that Matthew Erickson and the rest of this tight end group is going to have a big game against JMU. I'll also mention other tight ends in the next episode. Christian Valaire has had a tough stretch throwing 6 interceptions in the last 3 games. But we have to also keep in mind his wear and tear. There's no specific injuries at the moment, but let's do a better job of keeping him upright. Next game would be our first look at a conference matchup, and I'm excited. We have one prospect visiting, and I'm not sure about Bloomberg, but I'm hoping we have a performance they won't forget. It's fair to say that this schedule wasn't ideal for a rebuild, but also it's a ton of fun to take on SEC competition and being able to show it this early in the series. These are the stats over the first 4 games. I think all of these could improve more over the course of the season. And one of the things specifically I'd like to see more of is sacks and turnovers from the defense. I'm not sure if we'll accomplish that in the next game as we take on Alonzo Barnett and the Dukes. He's probably one of the better mobile quarterbacks in the game and can be lethal in the backfield. If we want to be 1-0 in our conference, it's gonna start with stopping him. But that will be all for the episode. A whole lot more Georgia State Panthers coming your way. So don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. That'll help me a bunch to get the word out. Until next time, I'm Monkey C, and I'm out.